Hey, I'm Raul Lopez. I'm a mixer based out of LA. We're here with oeksound, and I'm gonna show you how I use their plugins. Yeah, I started as a DJ in high school. It was like during like the shuffling era of like techno music. Went to college and I got an internship at a studio in Santa Monica. Eventually ended up at Larrabee, where at the time there was Manny, there was Jason Joshua, and I eventually gravitated towards Malay, where he took me under his wing and kind of just showed me the production side of music. Tuning vocals or drum aligning and just adding more vibe to the songs that we were working on, which was really cool because now I can take a song further along than just, balancing levels. So most recently I mixed the song for Shaboozey, and that kind of opened doors for me, where through the song with Shaboozey I also was able to work with Shawn Mendes on 2 of his latest singles on his latest album. It was fun hanging out with both of those guys in the studio and learning from their process and helping their music reach other people. Basically, I try to get the mix or the elements as close as I can as possible, and then let Soothe or Spiff or Bloom sort of see where I can take it further. Soothe especially, I usually use that on the end of my vocal chain because I want to see how good I can get it without using it. And then when I slap it on, I'm like, damn, I should have been using it like 4 plugins ago. Today we're going to be diving into a song named Mama Don't by an artist named Yoandri. This is a Malay production, so it's going to be super cool, and I'm going to show you how I use oeksound plugins in this mix.
The old and the young, nobody knows when it will end. If God bent the rules only this once, then I'd take your place in a second. The world needs you, so do I. Mama, please don't.
So the first plugin I use from oeksound is Spiff. I usually just slap it on to see what it does. Usually enhances the transients to where it really gives me that punch up I'm looking for to move the speaker. It works wonderful for that top end. Yeah, it's not doing much, but it is doing enough to where it makes the drums cut through a little more. And if I do end up changing some settings, I'll usually take off this low cut filter or just push the depth so that way it's giving me more of what I'm looking for. It's honestly good to just slap it on. It's just to start off, and then I don't honestly change it much, but you can do it to where you can really change the sound of the drums. So I'll just give an example. As you can see there, the length of the drums really extended. Maybe not appropriate for this instance because I wanted more of the attack, but if you're looking for more of a spread out decay, probably would be awesome. This is where Bloom came in for the bass. I noticed that most of the energy was sort of in the low mids, and which is great for bass, especially live bass, but I really wanted the attack to sort of be at the same level as the drums. And this is where Bloom came in. So yeah, without it, it sort of like loses power and like stays behind the drums instead of like right there with it. And that's what I thought was appropriate for this song. I just wanted it to be right there, cutting through, and because it is kind of a moment and it's a cool bass line, so it should be there. I mean, but Bloom is like insane, man, because it has 4 bands, so you can really change the tonality of what you're affecting. You can really tell, like, the more I push the squish, the more of the neck of the bass starts to come through. And that's probably where I started. I just like dimed it and then brought it back to where it felt right. I even cut off some of the high-end processing, so that way I can just focus on what most of the meat that it's doing. This is where Soothe came in. As you can see, like, most of my processing is already on there. Just simple compression and EQ and, just a little tape saturation. And then when I was getting close to like it being done, I wanted to put on Soothe to help the vocal sit a little better in the mix. Once again, like, it's just default settings and I just adjust it from there, and not much.
Don't you go and leave me here when all I've done is make you cry, and still you're proud.
Yeah, you can kind of tell they're kind of roomy vocals. Sometimes you can get a lot of harshness, especially depending on the mic you're using, and this just kind of like tames that to where it's not making it dull, but it's giving it enough smoothness to where you can really push a vocal to be right there in front of you without making it, sound harsh. And also works great for like more intimate moments. As you can see in the later part of this song, it kind of evens out or levels out, and you would just want the vocal to be soothing rather than harsh.
Even if I'm wrong, please let me pretend death isn't the end, death isn't the end, no. Even if I'm wrong, please let me pretend death isn't the end, death isn't the end, no.
Yeah, and I honestly think that I had these vocals separated, but once I was like, I kind of want them to all drive Soothe or push into the Soothe processing. So I ended up just putting them all together. It's going into this bus with Soothe at the end.
Please let me pretend death isn't the end, death isn't the end, no.
Super subtle, but it's enough to where it makes everything sit right. This is definitely a room vocal, so it probably benefit the most from Soothe because just wanted that tamed high end, so that way I can really push it and put it in the forefront.
Only this once, then I take your place in a second. The world needs you, so do I.
I'm basically using oeksound plugins more as a finishing and finalizing, and it's pretty like routine. So like Spiff will usually go on the drums. Bloom will be like on a synth or a cool bass to where I want to shape the tone, but not really change it too much. I just want to like, enhance different frequencies and where it can push and pull. Soothe, same thing. It's like a finalizer where I just want the vocal to sit a little bit better and see how else I can better it. I don't usually have default settings. Like I said, I just kind of slap it on and then I'll go from there, but never really looking to end up at a certain spot or shooting for a certain number. I just kind of like push it until I feel like it's starting to sit right and it's feeling good to me. It's pushing the speakers like how I want it to. Yeah, just play with it. It's not really looking for a number or a band to affect. It's kind of just playing around and see if it helps or not. And if it doesn't, then that's fine. I got in the sound to as best as I could. But if it does, I'm like, cool, even better. Thanks for watching how I use oeksound plugins. Please go stream this song by Yoandri called Mama Don't.